Hi, Receptive Radio community. Thursday, January 25th. So we're already a month into the new year here. And the topic today, being consistent without comparing yourself or competing. That includes competing with yourself or comparing yourself to someone in the past, your old self, or the new version of yourself. Staying present with being consistent. So forget about what everyone else is doing, because really that is not the important thing here. When it comes to you and what you're consistent about, I want to bring some, shine some light, start noticing what it is that you're already consistent with. What are you already doing that you consistently do and you show up for? And then how can you take that and apply it to your life purpose work, to the vision you have for your life, and implement those strategies, those skills, those gifts that you already have, that you're already consistent with towards what you are wanting to create for your life now. So I want to just get a pen and paper. And if you're watching the replay, you can do this now too. I want you to write down an open-ended question, and I want you to write down exactly what comes to you and just go into a day, a normal day for you, and write down what comes up first without thinking too much. So, where am I already consistent in my daily routine? And then these should just be one word answers. So I'll read it again. If you're scrambling for your pen, and if you just joined, thank you for being here. And we're just writing down an open-ended question, some answers to an open-ended question. Where am I already consistent in my daily routine? So give you a minute. Okay. So if you want to put in the chat one or two of the things that you're already consistent at and share them with us so that we can take that and apply it to something that is new. So what I would write, I did this beforehand, is I'm good at putting my hair and makeup on every morning. Like I'm pretty consistent. I put makeup on every day. I do my hair every day. Sundays, I don't. But I'm consistently doing that. So that's something that I've been doing for 20 years. No, 40, over 40 years, probably. And I'm quick, I'm fast at it. It's not like I spend hours at it, but it's something that I do and I'm consistent at it. So this is the type of thing I want you to start to notice is what are you already doing for yourself that you're extremely consistent at so that you can start feeling good that you do have consistency. Because when we get to doing our going after what we really want, our life purpose, it's creating that business of our dreams or transitioning out of a career into a new one, we need to implement new things that we're learning. So lots of us in this community, we're learning how to be seen and market ourselves. And some of us also have gone through a big 10-day challenge of posting on social media. And it took being consistent to do that. So you consistently had to make a post every day to win the challenge. So it was sort of like a competition, which sometimes we need that to get ourselves motivated. But really, the competition was only with yourself, it was with no one else. And what I noticed while I was doing this 10-day hooks challenge is I consistently did it, and consistently it got easier and easier for me because I didn't put I didn't spend 2 hours a day doing it, but I just sort of watched what was going on in my day and used that for the post. And because I'm consistently working and focusing on my business, it was a lot easier for me to do because how I'm living and how I'm working are blending together now. Um, my purpose work is totally connected to my daily personal routine. So it makes it a lot easier for me. So notice what you wrote down. If hair and makeup is one of your things that you consistently do, or if you consistently make yourself breakfast, that's something I don't do. Or if you consistently have coffee in the morning, that's something I do. So how are you already consistent, and how can you implement that skill of a routine that you already have, something you're very disciplined in, and apply it to something new that you're learning that will help you to grow your life purpose into the world and to be seen for it. So what do you want to be known for? I've recently joined a networking group, and you get noticed right away if you show up on time or if you show up late. So how do you want to be known? How do you want the your ideal clients, your community that you're growing, to recognize you, to see you of how you're consistent? So that's just something to notice. And that's the big teaching that I'm actually bringing to the front here, is noticing. When we notice ourselves, that is where the change can happen. So if you notice you're not consistently doing something that you want to be doing, just noticing that you're not doing it is good enough to start with, because you notice that, oh, I want to do that, but I'm not doing it. So what am I not doing still? I'm still not emailing my email list. I'm not doing it. It has not happened. I want to be consistent at it, but I'm noticing that I'm still not getting to that thing in my business. What else am I noticing? I want to stop drinking coffee every day, but I still am doing it. I'm noticing that I'm still doing it. So noticing is how we can actually bring light inside to what we want to be consistent at. And then I was bringing up the thing about competing and comparing ourselves. I noticed that, there's lots of, once everybody starts going off their life purpose, now everybody wants to do it, right? So, okay, so everyone else is doing it. Why should I bother? That feeling of, oh, everybody else is doing it and they're better than it at me, or, that brings up a bit of a competition kind of energy to it. And that's the whole thing we're moving out of. That's the old paradigm, is competing. We're moving into a paradigm of relationships. So how can you be consistently not comparing yourself to other people? Well, it comes back to watching yourself and noticing where you judge others or judge yourself, that you're not good enough. Mostly it's about judging yourself, because when we're judging other people, it's usually because we're not good enough, and there's some kind of shadow coming up there, a trigger. So consistency, you can start taking what you're already consistent at, noticing it, highlighting it, encouraging yourself that you're really good at that already. Like, if you're really good at making coffee at 6 a.m., then you're already really good at getting up at 6 a.m. And then if you're really good at getting up at 6 a.m. and you've had your coffee, then you should be really good at making some more, maybe carving out some time there to, percolate your social media posts or whatever it is that you want to do to get recognized more in your business. How I created Receptive Radio was actually I committed to doing it for my program clients. So I started with some clients. There was only 6 members in this group to begin with. And I did 20 minutes every Thursday and nobody showed up. So thank you so much to the people who are showing up live. And I did it anyway. I did it anyway. And I surprisingly, I didn't beat myself up that nobody watched it. I just kept doing it because what it did for me, the consistency of showing up, it's on my calendar. Then I started actually, Monday or Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, and sometimes Thursday, right before the topic would start coming in. And so I trained myself to receive the theme or the topic for receptive radio, and that I needed something every week to work on. And so it got that consistent energy going within my universe that, okay, Jennifer needs this topic. She's doing receptive radio. What should she teach on? What practice should she work through? And I just got into that formula, into that consistent formula of I'm doing receptive radio at 12:30. And if I have nothing to talk about, I'm still coming on here and I'm going to blow it anyway, but I'm showing up for 20 minutes. And so I've been doing it about a year now. And recently we moved to opening it up to everybody, like all visionaries and change agents and transformers, conscious, aware people who want to become more present and receptive and go after their life dream. So in a short period of time, I've grown from 6 people to 60 people, over 60 people now. And the practicing, the consistently showing up for it all in 2023, even when there was only 6 people who could potentially even see receptive radio. And most of them were, didn't show up all the time. I did it anyway. And I could have compared myself to other people, other teachers that I have that, never going to make this work. I could have got really down on myself, but instead it actually did the opposite. It did the opposite. It made me a stronger speaker. And that's somewhere I want to go in 2024 is I want to start going on to live stages in front of people so I can see you all and you're not behind the camera. And I noticed that because I really feel like the practice that I put in every Thursday for 20 minutes, the practice of being receptive, of receiving information consistently practicing it has catapulted me forward on the live stage. Just when I was at an event last week, I noticed the difference. I noticed not nervous. I noticed that. So that's why I'm bringing up consistency in this episode. So let's just tune in. Let's do a tune in to our presence, to our energy field with the theme of consistency. And forget about comparing yourself to anyone else. Forget about having to compete with anybody else. Just notice where you're consistent and you're really good at it already. And then pick something that you want to do in your business once a week or once a day. Start with once a week. I find that's pretty easy. And do it. Hell or high water. Do it. And over a year, you will become an expert at it. I'm not saying I'm an expert at receptive radio, but you will become very skilled and so many things will change for you. So many internal things will change for you. You will be completely renewed in what you wanted to be consistent at. So close your eyes. Just notice your core. Just adjust, bring it into alignment. Just look inside yourself. Notice your breath moving up and down. And bring that desire of what you want to be consistent with, bring it into your heart space. That vision for your life that applies to being consistent. And then also bring in that routine or habit that you're very good at and you're very consistent at. Bring that into your heart as well. And how can that current good habit of consistency feed this new desire of where you want to be consistent? And then just notice them intermingling and connecting inside your heart, these two consistent patterns that you have. Your breath flowing through them, your inner vision looking at them. Grow your heart brighter. Just notice some space coming in, some space for that to expand, to grow. And open up the possibility and potential of it happening consistently. And then extend it through your central core, your vertical core, down to your Dantian power center, and up to your head center. Just extending your awareness inside yourself, expanding, making more space to be consistent on one of your desires for your purpose. And then also imagine yourself in a radiant light field that's holding in all your life force and energy, your vitality. It's containing it. It has a nice golden boundary around it, but it has lots of space in it for you to expand in this contained way, in a consistent way. Being able to do this practice consistently will support all of the other things you want to be consistent at. Support you in showing up for your purpose, for yourself. And it doesn't matter about who's doing it already or how they're doing it, or because your way is unique. It's the medicine that you bring to the world. And you already are consistent at many, many things already. And you're ready to decide what the next thing you want to be consistent at for your business, your desire, your vision. So you can stay in this field for a bit longer and just see what drops in about the next move, of where to be consistent that's going to feed you, nourish you, bring you joy and happiness and fulfillment. So thank you so much for being on live, and thank you for watching the replay. Have a great day.